if you flip that round to the person who's doing it, like you're a dog trainer and you're doing those things, going, oh my God, like I keep reaching out to this person and they're not replying and they're not, you know, they're seemingly not interested. Flip that around again and look at how good that is from your perspective to go, they're the one I remember. They're the one that's trying to get my business. They're the one that cares. They're the one that wants a conversation. They're the ones that are just front of mind. So they're the ones you're going to probably go to.
Because ironically, some of the other ones, from an aesthetics point of view, because they're bloody fancy, these places now, like super hotel-y like. Do you know what I mean? If I was basing it on that, then I'd be going, actually, it's this other one that I was really rooting for. This one was almost a bit lower down in the priority list. But I'm like, actually, you've shown more attention to my situation and understood it and wanted to genuinely find out more. And you've kept me on that mat. And not once have I felt bothered. Where for the rest of them, I'm like, you haven't followed up with me once. Not once on some of the others. And I'm like, fine, fuck you then.
But it's a little bit, really quickly, just to finish this point, but it's a bit like when you go out for a meal, right? So when I was last in Alicante with the girls, we were walking past this really lovely looking restaurant. We're like, oh my God, we need to book a table there. It wasn't even open. We took the number and we found it online and we took the website, found it online, booked a table, and it was all this foliage everywhere and it looked really fat. And we're like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. It was the fucking shittest experience ever. Food wasn't great. Service wasn't brilliant. They were half empty and they barely came over to see if we needed any more drinks or whether the food was okay. And you're kind of like, oh, okay. The next night, we'd been recommended a tapas place, which was a proper Spanish, you know, like all the Spanish go there, buzzy, looked like a bloody canteen, by the way. So, of course, I was the one going, oh, somebody said, let's go here. And we got to it and they're all expecting something a bit better. And I'm like, oh my God, this looks, oh God, hope it's okay. Absolutely second to none service. Always asking, do we need more? We literally had more bottles of wine because they kept coming over and be like, do you want another bottle of wine, girls? Yep, we'll have one. We wouldn't have unless they'd have asked. Now, did they ram it down our throat? Did they make us have it? Did they put a gun to our head? No. But they were so good and attentive and just cared. You could just see they cared about every table, making sure they were going to them a lot. And it wasn't annoying. It was just that right level. So I'm listening to that going like, that's my experience with kind of restaurants really recently. And it's the same. You can liken it to anything.
Yeah. But honestly, the follow-up is so important because, again, let's face it, like everyone's got busy lives. Everyone's got stuff going on. Like you think if someone was trying to get hold of us these last few weeks, I'd say like nigh impossible. We've been out in the States where signal was genuinely shit. Couldn't really use our phones. Got back, loads of stuff going on, busy. Like it's been really challenging to get hold of us.
Yeah.
So, but if somebody like is persevering and going like, but it's from that place of service, and I think this is the thing that, again, we just haven't got the time to go into on this episode, but the way you handle that sales call, the way that you learn to speak to people, the way that you truly understand being in service of somebody during the sales process.
It's a craft, isn't it? That whole process is a real... a great craft. And when you realise that, you realise how integrity filled it is and how unicky it is.
It has to be. And, you know, I've been in my sales mentoring now for like 5 years. And
I'm
still in it every day. Like I'm still learning stuff.
Yeah.
Because it is such a massive part of everything. And so it's really tricky, and I hope it's kind of explained why it's tricky to answer the follow-up. Like, yes, in short, follow up until you get told to fuck off and die. But there's obviously nuances within that.
Yeah.
You're doing like weird sign language.
No, I was going to say we have another. We were going to cover another question, but I think we'll save that for another episode, and we will wrap up on the follow-ups. But that is literally, there is so much more we could talk about with follow-ups, even and the first point actually that we were making about when you're ready to jump in full time to dog stuff. But yeah, maybe we'll do more episodes and expand on those a bit.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed this episode, actually, then let us know what questions you want answering. And you can always whiz them into hello@k9businessacademy.com and we will get your questions answered on the podcast.
Yeah, we're always looking for suggestions, actually, because sometimes our brain is like, you know, when you're in it too much, we know what we would like to talk about, but we want to know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear. So, yeah.
Cool. Until next time, ciao for now.
No more scratching.